Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 8 review of series number 10. Series number 10 is non-premium pouches. And as you just saw, this will be another Longhorn review. It is the third one now in this series, so it will be Longhorn Mint. So I will be running through this a little bit faster just because, to tell you the truth, I'm really tired. That's about the size of it. Okay, so let's take a look at the packaging. So you have another stow and throw lid, which is what they call this catch lid. It is a catch lid for used pouches. This is a crossover from the snus community. You can put used pouches in the middle here. Lid goes back on top. All right. I don't see much of a point in it with Dip products, but I will say that the stow and throw lid does add strength to the can's lid overall, and it makes it sturdy. So this Longhorn product has a good lid. It's plastic. It's in a bronze-like color. The can itself is black. It is a durable black plastic. Nothing brittle about it. So packaging on this is good. All right. So everything is pretty self-explanatory. The real small lettering at the bottom is just stow and throw, which is what Pinkerton is calling this. Going to the side band, you have a shortened warning label. That is so they can fit in the website along with 3 brandings. Okay, the website is timberwolfsnuff.com. There are coupons. The multiple brandings is because the way this stuff is being racked, basically. In areas other than mine, these are going in sideways on a rack or in tower boxes, which is a one-end box with an opening at the bottom. I think there's 10 or 12, I'm not sure. And it's one of those deals where you pull one out the bottom and the next one drops. All right. So I've heard guys on other channels I'm associated with, talking about these boxes being out and around in stores, not behind counter. I always say behind counter because in my area, all smokeless products are always behind counter. And now that I think about it, even in tobacco shops around here, I don't know if it's because it's the size of the product and somebody could walk off with it, but even in tobacco shops, smokeless products are always behind counter. And that is why I say that. So since it's so much branding on the sides and the website, they put the barcode and manufacturer's information on a sticker on the back of the can. Okay? So you got the flavor up top here, the fact that it's 15 pouches, then you have the Best Buy code. Okay? So you're only paying attention to the first 4 letters and digits. In this case, it is E, corresponding A, B, C, D, E. May 9th, 09, 2019. That's the last 9 there. Okay? Then you have the Longhorn brand name, the fact that this is moist snuff pouches, and the barcode. Down the bottom, you do have the net weight ounce. It is 0.82 net weight ounces. All right? And then around the edge of the sticker is the manufacturer's information and general information. This is a product of the Pinkerton Tobacco Company of Owensboro, Kentucky, the makers of Red Man, the makers of Timberwolf, etc. They are owned by Swedish Match, which is in Europe mainly a manufacturer of snus, and thus the crossover for catch lids on their dip products. That's really sort of a snooze thing originally. Sales only allowed in the United States. Underage sale is prohibited. The product is at least 65% domestic tobacco. Okay. And that is about it. So I'm going to crack this open. Now with these, the channel between the lid and the can is a little bit lower. All right. Pretty sure I know what to expect basically with this. The bands are papery, easy to cut, and thus far in this series they have been all well formed to the can. Cans, because the lids are so sturdy, I can't do my twist off. So I have to pop them with my thumbnail because I don't really have fingernails. Guys that go like this, you won't even notice anything. So, as usual, very moist product. I don't even think I have to move my light for that. Even the product that was out of date by like a month and a half was incredibly moist. So it being out of date really had no bearing on that review. In the can, now because these catch lids make the center of the lid inset into the can a little bit, and that's the reason why there's so much moisture on there, they really tamp down the pouches towards the center of the can. Get a lot of dark brown, black spots. That is the tobacco in full force contact with the pouch material. The pouches are a natural, like cottage white, a little bit of an off-white. You can see the natural color right there. Okay, sometimes the end seams of the pouch are still the natural color if they survive staining. The rest of them, though, are usually stained. All right, but Pinkerton hasn't gone to any extent with trying to make the pouch material look brown. It's all natural staining. So I'm going to throw a couple of these in, and for this one, I am not going to fluff them up because you guys have seen the pouches a number of times. Now, it's a really good mint. Don't really remember that popping out like that so much in the long cut version. I'll be back in a moment. And I am back. Longhorn makes a pretty good mint. If you have it in a pouch and you don't have to deal with the Longhorn, the absolute ridiculous cut of the long cut product, if you have it in a pouch and don't have the irritation of having to deal with the cut, you sort of enjoy it more. Comes through pretty strong. In fact, this is one of the stronger flavor releases in this series. Now, the Timberwolf mint was sort of along the same lines, and it was good flavor. There was nothing wrong with the Timberwolf product, but this is, for Longhorn, this is pretty good. So, with these Longhorn products in the pouches, my two main complaints about Longhorn are sort of taken out of play. The pouch, you don't have to deal with the horrible cut. The stow and throw lid, although I don't see much point in what they're putting it on there for to store used pouches, it does add a lot of strength to the can lid. Now, if you've ever seen me do a Timberwolf or Longhorn review, you know I usually taco up the can lids. Well, it's not doing anything, and the catch lid doesn't even pop off rather. So Longhorn does well in the pouch, you know, and some of the Timberwolf does too. The only thing that one could maybe complain about then, or maybe me, it doesn't so much matter to me, but the nicotine is lower. A little bit lower in the Timberwolf products, but it's definitely not there in the Longhorn products for whatever reason. So I guess that would be the only complaint. This is a very fresh peppermint. There is a mint tingle going on, not registering as discomfort to me. Normally doesn't with mints. It's good. It's good. And, you know, I'm not a big fan of pouches, but I would take the pouch version of this over the long cut version, just so I don't have to deal with the long cut. It's a good fresh peppermint. So, you know, if you're a mint guy and you dip pouches, you might want to give this a try. Now, somebody that dips mint pouches on a daily basis is going to be a much better judge than I am of what the nicotine content's like on this. But it is low. I'll leave it in through the uploading process and whatnot. But after that, you know, depending on how long that takes me, it'll probably come out. I'll either smoke my pipe or I might get some long cut straight of something. But yeah, if you're a mint guy and you don't mind pouches, you should give this a try, because it is actually, for Longhorn, this is one of the better Longhorn branded products in my mind. And in the pouch, others have been okay too. The natural was a little bit light on flavor, but the only real big issue after you take the crap lid out of play and the crap cut is lower nicotine. How low? I don't know. But somebody that's dipping, you know, like Copenhagen mint pouches all the time would be a better judge. And if you can get by on this at $1 or whatever it is in rural areas, I'd do it. So, that said, this has been the review of Longhorn mint pouches. Very good showing from Pinkerton and their Longhorn brand on this one. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, in case you didn't know. I'd like to say hello and thank you to Kevin Harwood. You are the only notification that I got. There have been other people come in. I did not see anybody pop up in comments, and there were no other notifications. So, do check out Berg's Dip Reviews. He did an interesting video today on some nasal snuff. Winnington Outdoors, Dirty Pat Walsh, Wayside Lee 83. Real Talk Studios, I almost skipped a couple, sorry. Real Talk Studios, No Bluff Buff, and snoozefreak.com, the channel here on YouTube, which Snoozefreak was the one that almost jumped a couple up in line. Anyway, guys, do take care of yourselves. I hope everyone's well. I will be back tomorrow with the last Longhorn review, pouch review, and then it'll be off to Renegades, and then I'll be taking a chew break. Do take care of yourselves, and as always, God bless.